Thank you for attending this session. I'm Bastien Bob, I'm the field CTO at Lookout. I'm sure that you can hear that with my accent, but I'm not English native, so I'm French. I'm based in Lyon, in the south of Burgundy. And I'm the field CTO at Lookout. I'm in the cyber industry for more than 20 years. And Lookout, I joined Lookout like almost 6 years ago. We were a pure player on the mobile security market. So basically securing iOS, Android devices, Chromebook devices, and we have analyzed basically everything that can run on iOS or Android today. Every application, every piece of code was analyzed by Lookout at least once. So we secure today more than 210 million of devices, 215 million devices now, and yeah, we have basically created a lot of family, a lot of detection to protect this kind of device. So today we'll speak about mobile phishing. We have created a report named Lookout Global State of Mobile Phishing 2022, and I will go back in this report today to share with you the key trends. But this report, you can download that from our website. I think it's available on our webpage, on the homepage. It will give you information about the kind of phishing mobile targeting enterprise and consumer. Mobile phishing targeting your corporate devices and your personal devices. What are the key topics, what are the key trends? Everything is in this report. So yeah, I won't go in details, but I will just give you some information about the number of clicks and number of type of threat that we have seen. In terms of growth, so since COVID 2020 was already high in terms of number of mobile phishing, what you can call smishing as well, but we have seen a growth. Yeah, basically the number have doubled, number of clicks on mobile devices have doubled since 2020, so in 2 years. And the most important thing is that victims, users, click more and more on phishing links on their mobile devices. First of all, because they receive more phishing by SMS, by WhatsApp, by Instagram, by Telegram, and their messages are well done, and yeah, it's usually well done, and you are tricked, even you, I'm sure that, even if you're a cyber security engineer, I'm sure that maybe one of you has clicked at least once on a phishing link on your mobile device. Because the screen is small, you are not focused, you have a short URL, and basically you will be redirected to a web page asking you for credential or asking you to download a malicious application. And it's everywhere. It's not only in Europe, it's not only in the US, it's everywhere. We have enough data. The country in gray, we don't have enough data to give statistics, but for all other countries like Russia, Ukraine, South America, UK, we have enough data, we have enough consumer and enterprise data to share these statistics with you. So everything is on the report. You can download the report and get access to these statistics. If we look at UK numbers only, I'm sure that maybe not all of you, but most of you are local people. I gather information from UK and Ireland on both enterprise and personal devices. And as you can see, it's basically 15% of users have already clicked once on a phishing link on a corporate device, enterprise device. And more than half of the users have clicked once on a personal device. That means that these people can be a good target for malicious actor to click on link on mobile devices. And this is a kind of scam that I gather from LinkedIn, Twitter. Every country have basically the same kind of message. It's mainly parcel delivery, fake parcel that never exist with a phishing link, asking you for your credential, asking you for your postal address, personal information, or financial information. Energy scam, specifically during this winter. Banking scam, it's like 5 years, 6 years ago, we already saw this kind of message. And COVID scam, it's still the case now. People are still trying to scam people with COVID message or health protection message. And behind these links, you have two main purposes. One is to steal information, personal or financial data, and the other one is to make the user install a malicious application on his or her phone. And if we look at the number, so I'm sure that you have already seen one of these pages. I think this is a Royal Post trying to give you an APK on an Android device, or trying to steal your personal data or financial data on an iOS device. And if we look at the Lookout data on the business enterprise, the business user with Lookout security protection in place, we see basically half of that is malicious, so half of these links will try to make the user install an APK or an IPA on an iPhone and try to steal data from this app. And the other half is trying to steal data directly on the web page after the click. And if we look at real world example, we have one customer, one of our biggest customers in Europe is Schneider Electric. Schneider Electric, they are protecting today more than 100,000 devices. And if you look at the number in 1 year, in the last 12 months, 56% of their devices have at least one phishing attempt with a click by the user. Every day, as you can see, every day, it's not less than 1,500 clicks on their 100,000 devices. So every day, they block more than 1,000 URL or phishing attempt on their mobile devices. And it's real statistics. I did not change that. It's real statistics. And as you can see, malicious and phishing content, it's basically half and half. And they can also block content if they want to deny access to a specific website. And I don't know if you heard about the BYOD story, but our job is basically to protect mobile devices. We protect iOS, we protect Android, so we are hunting for threats targeting mobile devices. We are hunting for bad people, like Roaming Mantis, an APT group, a Chinese APT group, targeting mobile devices for more than 6 years now, and scamming people by SMS phishing and try to make them install the application on their phone, iOS and Android again. We have seen examples like Tuola Group, like Dark Caracal, and the most important one was Pinduoduo. So Pinduoduo, it's a Chinese application, and I'm sure that maybe you have seen Temu or Temu. It's you have ad of Temu everywhere, like everywhere around the internet, on no social network. You have some advertising for Temu, which is a sister company of Pinduoduo. And Pinduoduo, on their public application, on the Google application, they exploited a vulnerability in the Android kernel to gather information about the user, to use this information to sell more product to this user. So they basically hack their install base, their consumer base, to sell them more products. Of course, Google has, and we have analyzed that. We warned Google and we warned several users using this Pinduoduo application. But Temu had this code at the beginning. They removed it. Otherwise, the application would have been excluded from the App Store or the Play Store. But at the beginning, Temu had this application, had this code. So be careful with these two applications. If you have Pinduoduo or Temu in your smartphone today, both iOS or Android, just think about that. Maybe it could be a good idea to remove it. And again, Roaming Mantis, it's one of the most important APT group targeting mobile devices today. And they are really active, specifically in the UK or globally in Europe, targeting specific countries almost every week. And sometimes it's the UK, sometimes it's France, sometimes it's Spain, sometimes in Italy, Germany, but they are targeting actively European citizens. And if you look at the hacking group, they are basically using and considering mobile endpoint as an entry point to create more efficient attack. So they will scam, they will use the same methodology, they will use a phishing link sent by SMS. And this is one study provided by Group IB. Basically, they gather a lot of intelligence about Okta customers. So I don't know if some of you are using Okta as an IDP, but they were targeting IT people, VIP, privileged accounts user that have an account on the corporate environment, a privileged account. So they sent an SMS saying that, hey, the system is down with a link, and the link was targeting some of the companies, so it's basically 130 companies targeted by that, like Twilio, like Uber, like Microsoft, like T-Mobile, Binance, Epic Games. They have created domains, they have created fake domains, and they use these domains to scam people by sending an SMS to the right person. And of course the user click on that because the system in production is down, accessing the fake Okta portal on the and give the credential, and the OTP. And they have found almost 10,000 credentials, and half of the user, half of the victim gave the OTP as well. So multi-factor authentication in this case does not work. It simply does not work because they will use that instantly. They will gather the information from the Telegram message. They will capture the credential and they will replay it instantly on the target infrastructure. Of course, they will get the access for 12 hours, for 24 hours a month based on the OTP configuration. And they will steal data, they will move laterally, and they will ask a ransom because that's what they do. Everything started with a click. Everything started from a mobile device with the user entering voluntarily the credential and the OTP, login, username, and password. And if you look at mobile devices, I'm sure that all of you have used your mobile device today. How many of you have used your laptop today? 1, 2, yeah. Less than 10 people. So why are you not protecting your mobile devices the same way that you are protecting your PC? It does not make sense in terms of security. You have almost the same kind of data on your mobile device. You are targeted by phishing. We have identified a lot of vulnerability, and there is a lot of vulnerability on iOS. Every month there is a vulnerability, a critical vulnerability identified by Apple and used by third-party company to spy on people, to deploy state-sponsored malware on mobile devices, mainly iOS devices. And this is a main activity. So what they do is exactly the same every time. They do social engineering, they get access by exploiting a vulnerability on the device or by just scamming the user by clicking on a link. They do privilege escalation by exploiting this vulnerability. They drop a malicious application, they drop a fake code on the device to perform espionage or to spy on people, to track the device, to track the activity, to escalate the attack to the other contact stored in the phone. That means that when you have full control on the phone, you can basically use all the resources. You can send SMS, you can replicate the attack toward the contact on this phone. And this is a very lucrative business. All of these companies, I'm sure that you are aware about Pegasus, NSO Group, maybe Predator and Hermit. So Hermit, we exposed them last year. But all of these companies, and it's just 10 examples of companies like that, it's a lucrative business. They are making more money than us. NSO is making more money than us by selling this spyware technology to states. And these states normally only use this kind of technology to spy on terrorists, to gather information about, to fight against crime. But sadly, this technology may be also used against private citizens. And we have seen that in the past, like journalists, activists, any countries, fake democratic countries, are using this kind of technology, and some of them are spying on standard citizens. And it's a real industry. They are fighting each other to find some vulnerabilities on mobile devices, and they guarantee to their customer, to their nation-state customer, that they will be able to use their technology on the victim phones. So they are looking for vulnerability every day, and they are paying a lot of money when you have a remote code execution vulnerability on both iOS and Android. They are paying good money. So if you find a vulnerability on mobile device, you can sell them this kind of vulnerability, and they will buy it because they need it to deploy their spying technology. And everything that you have in your pocket can be spied can be infiltrated by this kind of companies. So what can you do? You may not be targeted by Pegasus, you may not be targeted by any of these companies, but you may be targeted by mobile phishing. You may be targeted by your employees clicking on a fake link, give the credential, or install a malicious application. And we are the leader in this market. We are in this market for more than 15 years. We have the most important deployment in Europe or in the world. And we have, like Schneider is 100,000 devices. We have this expertise. We know how to catch the bad guy on mobile. We know how to deploy. If your devices are managed by an MDM, by any MDM, you can deploy lookout application to protect your mobile devices without any user interaction for every module. That means that you don't have anything to do. You just have to deploy the MDM and of course the mobile, and you push the application, you push the configuration profile, everything will be activated without user interaction, and you will protect your mobile devices against malware, against phishing, against nation threat malware, and we will give you information about the status and the health status of your mobile devices. So you can try it by yourself. This is a free code accessing, so you can just download the Lookout for Work application on Play Store and App Store. You can use this code enter whatever email address you want, and you will have every protection capabilities on your mobile device. So it's free to use. You don't have to pay anything even at the end of the code. It will remain free. You can use this code to install that on your device, activate, so it will be a manual activation. So you need to activate the permission, you need to grant us the permission to scan your phone, but we will give you information if you click there, we'll give you information about the kind of privacy option that we have on this application. So we don't collect your data, we just get telemetry data and we protect your mobile device, iOS or Android, against phishing, malicious, network and device compromission. Any questions?
One question, so with Lookout installed on a mobile device, is it possible to also have other like antivirus solutions installed, or will they conflict?
No, it's not like Windows or Mac when you have a specific layer to activate a special security scan. No, you can have multiple MTD, mobile threat defense solution, or antivirus or anti-malware as you call that, except for phishing. For phishing you can only have one proxy on the device to intercept the network traffic. But for anti-malware, for network, for system configuration or system compromission, you can have multiple MTD. Does not make sense to have more than two, but if you already have one, you can deploy Lookout just for phishing, for example, or just for malicious application. So yeah, we usually don't do that, but technically you can do that. Any other questions? No? Okay, so yeah, if you want to continue this conversation, you can join us at G60. It's like 2 rows, like this way, and we will be happy to give you a demo and chat with you about your mobile security. Thank you very much, and see you there.